All right, welcome everybody to this weekend market analysis. The market closed yesterday, Friday, and today is Saturday, and so we have to, as usual, analyze the market to decide on what direction we want to trade in the upcoming trading week. Well, from price action as of this just ended trading week, we have the conviction that things have actually beginning to pick up. The momentum we saw was something that we had always want to see. Okay, it's a momentum that is good for price action traders, even though many traders might be caught at the very wrong end of those moves, but I think it is very healthy and the future is very bright for us right now. Okay, all right, before we begin into this analysis, let's just do a review of our trading for last week and see what we have, if the future is actually bright or not. All right, so last week we actually were managing a few trades. This was a trade here in the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen that we posted. That was the sell signal, the entry, the stop loss, the analysis, the recommendation in terms of lot size and percentages and all of that. We took that trade Friday the previous week, but then we kept managing this just ended trading week, and so in that trade we made some profits. Okay, you can see right there the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, we cashed out 50% of profits, 33 pips. All right. Okay, since my screen is actually cutting, let me just a bit for you to see. Okay, right there. Okay, so we cashed out some profit there. Again, Australian dollar, we cashed out 50% of the remaining lots running, so we closed that trade out completely profit. Okay, then we also took a trade. Let me see, Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar, right? That was also a trade we took in the previous week. It kept running the remaining 50%. We cashed out 50% of that trade. Unfortunately, the remaining 50% was hit at stop loss. All right, so we only made 50% of profits on that trade. The remaining 50% was hit at stop loss. That was one of our partial losses. Then we moved on to new trades that were signals that were posted for that last week. We took the euro against the Canadian dollar, right? So that trade actually performed, made some profit. We also took the euro against the sterling pounds. Okay, we were short. That trade also actually performed. If you look at the update, you will see them here. Euro against the sterling pounds, 23 pips at 50%. All right, euro against the Canadian dollar, 43 pips that we took out profit. Then we went again, took some profit in the euro against the sterling pounds. Again, 43 pips, another 30%. Euro against the Canadian dollar, we took another 30% profit at 53 pips. Euro against the sterling pounds, we closed out the remaining profit at 45 pips. All right, so we closed out the trade completely for euro against sterling pounds, and also we closed out the remaining trade for the euro against the Canadian dollar completely for 45 pips. All right, so profitable trades there. Then unfortunately we took the last signal in the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. All right, we took that trade, and of course we got our stop loss hit for a minus 2% loss on our account. So we got partial 50% of our loss on the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. All right, then we got 100%. All right, which is 2% loss on the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. All right, in all, it's not a bad one. With those other profitable trades, it's not a bad one. All right, it's only bad especially in some cases like the managed accounts where some extra risks were taken and all of that, but in the signal perspective, I think it's okay. Of course, we are in the market and things will get better. Right? Okay, so that's all right. Now let's quickly look into the Forex Factory economic calendar to see those high impact news announcements scheduled for this upcoming trading week. Like we said, it's getting better. You can see that the high impact news announcements are beginning to increase, and also fundamental events are picking up. Economic activities will improve, price action will get better. This is going to be an important trading week because the month of August is coming to an end, and the month of July is going to kick off. All right, so the month of September is going to kick off. So as one month is coming to an end and another month is starting up, you should expect heavy market volatility. All right, again, we have the NFP on Friday. The employment data for both Canadian dollar and the American dollar, that should also rock the market on Friday. So it's going to be a very busy trading week. We have to be on ground to ensure that we catch up those trading opportunities and also recover some of those little losses. Okay, all right, now let's look into the Forex charts and conduct our analysis and decide on what directional bias that we want to trade. First is the euro against the American dollar. Well, last week this hint of that candle didn't perform. It failed. Of course, we didn't take a trade there because we didn't find any entry. Now we are seeing that congestion around that area. Right, the euro against the American dollar ultimate direction is to the upside, and we have been waiting for price to make a pullback to somewhere in here, but that seems not to be happening. And in the daily time frame, you will see that range, that is the sideways bias that we were talking about. Price has continued to stay in a range. The first range was this one here. It left that range, shifted a bit upward right now, so it is now in this range. So in that type of market scenario, it is really difficult to trade. All you have to do is to keep waiting for price to move out of these ranges. Okay, all right, still bullish, but price needs to leave that range. Let's look into the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. In the weekly time frame, this pair has the potential to push all the way to the weekly level of resistance. All right, so it's important to stay bullish. In the daily time frame, we had a channel. All right, so price has been trading within that channel. You can see how it has been swinging up and down. Right now, it should be heading at least to retest upper boundary of that channel first, then possibly push up to the weekly level of resistance before we can see a fall back down. In the forward time frame, this is where we are falling price. You can clearly see that price has broken above a key level of resistance. All right, so if we get a pullback to that level, that broken level of from our resistance, which may now become support from here on, we'll be looking for a buy entry in the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. Okay, all right, so that's a nice setup waiting for us. The American dollar against the Japanese yen, well, we have analyzed this over and over before, and we kept on saying that this pair is bearish, price should push into the downside, but then we have been in a situation of a range for some time now. You can see that range here. All right, price has been in the range. In fact, we once went short somewhere around in here, around that area, before this range started. Price is still bearish, and it is important that we keep searching for short opportunities. Okay, but at best, just like the euro against the American dollar, we want price. We're very happy to see price move out of this range for us to trade very profitably. All right, again, before I move on to another pair, the Japanese yen is likely to gain strength in the upcoming trading week, so be careful about it. The New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc, well, the New Zealand dollar again abnormal strength, so to speak, in this last trading week. In the weekly time frame, you can see last week we did analyze this. Price is actually trading right now around resistance area. Okay, that's resistance zone, and so we must be extremely careful hitting on our buy button around that zone. So at best, we'll be looking for potential bounces for short opportunities in the New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc. The ultimate direction should be to the downside. Okay, so that's it. We'll be looking for short entries. The euro against the sterling pounds, yes, we made some profits from this one. Price is still bearish. We're expecting that we will see more pushes to the downside. This is the next level of support here, this area, so we're going to keep the level here. Let's just keep that level there. Okay, so that's it. That's the next level of support. So we have some a high wave of traffic to the downside to that level of support. In the intraday time frame, we're looking for a short increase. If price by any chance makes any pullback to that zone, we'll be happy to go short in the euro against the sterling pounds. All right, New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. Well, this is the pair that we actually made one of our losses of last week, even though the overall signal were profitable overall. But then in the weekly time frame, you can see that this pair is likely going to return back at that 2% loss on our account. All right, that 2% loss. There's nothing hidden. We are very practical, all right? And we don't care about we just tell you what it is. Okay, so now you can see very clearly that the trend line, let me try to delete these other lines so you can before I do that, aside from the fact that this pair is trading around the monthly resistance area, okay, a point that it should be coming down, let's delete these levels. You will see that we are likely going to find a very high quality trading opportunity. I repeat, very high quality trading opportunity, as this trend line, okay, has been broken very nicely. We are now getting a pullback, right? And price has now pulled back to the breakout point. This is what we like to see. All right, so from here on, we'll be searching for potential bounces. Once you get a bounce, price will come back all the way down. Okay, so this is a nice valid setup, a high quality one for us that we are following, although it may not happen until the end of this upcoming trading week. And so for this week, or even though since we are aware that price is now approaching resistance area, we'll be more interested in short opportunities in this pair. Okay, so in the daily time frame, this pair cruise above all possible levels of resistance in the shorter time frame. All right, so anywhere around in here, we'll be looking for possible bounces to the downside. Okay. All right, let's say the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. This was our nightmare for. Okay, so we took out remaining 50% loss on this pair. All right, we made 50% profit, then 50% loss. It was a crash for most traders. Okay, now this was the problem. All right, we actually undermined this level. That level right there, you can see, even though it wasn't that significant, but then you can see the reaction, the bounce of that level. That was the level that caused all of those problems. We actually undermined that level. Again, if you look into the monthly time frame, you will see that this pair actually has made a long run to the upside. It is what most traders will call an overbuy zone. At this particular area, price has the high probability of making a pullback, at least to this zone, before we can see a push to the upside. And so if you are trading around in here, chances are that very soon price will make a push back down. Okay, so let's just keep our eyes here, waiting for possible bounces off that level of resistance. If we get that, then we will be coming back down. Okay, again, in the daily time frame, well, I have an awkward level here, which may not really play out, but then, you know, all of these zones are all areas of resistance. This right here, right here, right here. If you take a shape, if you set a shape, let me see, a rectangle from that area, okay, that's a deadly zone. Okay, so all of this area here is a deadly zone for price, and we may get a reaction back down. Okay, all right, so that's it. This pair broke all possible levels in the shorter time frame and just kept cruising to the upside. Let's see what happens in the upcoming trading week. All right, the euro against the Japanese yen. This is another one that is also probably due for a pullback. It's due for a pullback before a push to the upside. So we want to be very hesitant in hitting on our buy button around that area. In the daily time frame, we may have a high quality setup. As you can see, we have a double top already. double top right here, we have a solid trend line. Okay, so if price breaks to the downside, we're looking for pullback and collapse all the way back down. So these are potential high quality trading opportunities that we have on our radar. Okay, that's basically all. If you have questions or contributions, send them to us and we'll be very happy to respond to them. Thanks again for being with us. Thanks for your patience. We'll continue to assure you that the future is looking even more brighter than you can imagine. All you have to do is to be patient. Don't you worry. We will make better profits ahead. Okay, thanks and do enjoy your weekends. Bye bye.